Hi Libra, welcome to my channel. My name is Kem. So today, Libra, I'm going to be doing a love reading for you guys. Just pick your energy. This is going to be side 1 or energy 1, and this is side 2 or energy 2. And then this is the collective energy between the two of you. So the energy between the two of you guys is true love. This love is once in a lifetime. I really feel like when I saw this card, the first thing I noticed was the fireworks right here at the bottom. And I think that there is something about like divine orchestration at play in this love life, right? Because I see the bird here, and I feel like birds always have, like they're symbols of the divine, right? And I think that there is some divine orchestration going on here where maybe even you two don't really know, what's exactly going on. I think you both have felt like the magic and the moment that you guys met. I think it was like very magical, and I don't think you guys have felt this way about anyone else in your life, to be honest. I feel like this is a very unique connection where it's not really meant to feel like anything else. And now that like both of you guys have experienced that type of love or that type of, meeting with someone, and I think there's definitely love between the two of you, but even meeting one another, it was different, like it was magical. There's something unique about this love, and I think it's like the both of you can feel how strong the bond is between the two of you, right? It's magnetic, like you can't get pulled apart, right? And it doesn't matter what you do on this plane, you guys will always think of one another. And I definitely feel this divine orchestration at play, because I feel like you guys are meant to have more than just a regular relationship, like more than just, we dated for a couple months and that was it. Like I feel there's a baby here in the lily, and I feel that maybe you guys are kind of meant to have that 10 of cups with one another. Maybe you guys are meant to have that happy ending with one another. So I definitely see, this is true love, right? I definitely see where spirit is coming from. I see like the potential between the two of you. I see like there is passion between the two of you, and it is a unique connection. So let's see what's going on, Libra. So right away, we'll start with this side's energy, the left side for me, and we'll call this side the gnome. This side will be the gnome, and this side will be the godmother. So on the gnome side, they have Nihilus, the alchemist, in reverse, and they have the Ace of Cups in reverse, or the feminine energy, right? She of the crouch in reverse. And it's really interesting to me because with Nihilus, the alchemist, in reverse, it's like they're denying a change, right? I think this person has to make a change to kind of receive this cup, right? It goes hand in hand. This person can't receive the cup unless they make a change, right? And it's interesting because the gnome is not like the tower, but the gnome is known to kind of mess shit up so that this person can see what's going on, right? It's like, oh, you think that you're like happy and you think that you're going the right way. Oh, I'll show you like how wrong you are right now. And that's what's going on with this side's energy. This side, the gnome side, the gnome side, they're going to be going through something very, I want to say like traumatic, but they have to realize that they need to make a change. They have to realize that they're not in the right spot. They have to make a lot of realizations. And the only way, this person seems very stubborn, right? With Nihilus the alchemist, because alchemy is something that's just, it's a permanent change, right? And it's like this person is refusing to make that change. They're refusing to do something, right? They're refusing to acknowledge something. I think they're refusing to change. I think this person doesn't want to, okay, this is what I think. It's like they have to change in order to receive the love that they want, right? With this 5, right? There's a change that has to happen, and this person doesn't seem to want to be doing this change because, one, I feel like, yes, they are stubborn, but 2, it can be something about convenience and comfort, right? Changing is it's hard, right? It's not like the easiest process. And I think this person might be very comfortable where they are. They might be, they just seem to not want to change. Like there's something that they don't want to change. You know what I mean? There's something that they don't want to release, or they don't want to change, or they don't want to see. So for them, it's just easier to ignore maybe even this person. Like maybe this person wants, maybe this person, let's say, I don't know who's the feminine, who's the masculine, but let's just say like the person they're attached to wants them to, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a healthy habit that doesn't seem like preposterous right now. They want them to like work out. I don't know. I'm going to make something up. They want them to work out and they're like, yeah, like it would be really good if you worked out. I think it'd be like really healthy for you. Meanwhile, I feel like this person, the gnome, is like, nah, I'm good. I don't need to do that. Like that, that's just something I don't want to do. For what, right? It's kind of like that. It's like something that's very inconvenient to this person. They don't want to make the change, right? They don't want to release something. They don't want to make that change. And it's like this behavior of this person, like this particular behavior, I don't feel like it's a lot of things. I feel like it's just one particular thing or two things in specific that they know that this other person doesn't like, you know what I mean? Like they know is unhealthy. You know what I mean? It's like, say, like I like to smoke cigarettes, let's just say, and this person is like, oh, please don't smoke. And, it's so bad for your health. Like, just stop smoking. Like, I'm not here to say like what's right and what's wrong about like relationships. I'm just trying to give examples of like an unhealthy behavior that someone would like someone else to stop. I'm not telling, I don't want, like, you know what I mean? Anyway, so this person's like, oh, please stop smoking. And this person's like, no, I don't want to, right? It's a behavior. It's something that like they have to change, or it's an attitude, right? Like what if this person just, whatever it is that this person holds on to, it's not right and it needs to be transformed, and they're kind of getting in their own way, right? They're getting in their own way and it's not enabling them to receive this cup, right? The divine is handing them the cup, and I think they also know subconsciously what about the cup. Like they know how to get the cup, and that's what's actually really frustrating. It's like I think they know, but they're so in their own way that they won't release whatever it is that they need to release. And that's why I was saying I think there's a lot of divine orchestration here, because whatever needs to be released, this person needs help releasing it. It could be an addiction. It could be something that, again, something just unhealthy that they hold on to, an attitude, a perspective, a behavior, something that they do that they know that they need to change and they refuse to change it. So with the gnome, it's like the gnome will bring chaos if you don't, if you don't watch out. Like the gnome is going to fix the situation for you. And that's what I feel like the divine is doing. They're like, oh, you don't want to see this? Well, we're going to help you out. And it's kind of like, oh shit, like, I don't know how they're going to do this. And, chaos is not like a comforting word, right? So I think it's actually going to put this person into some sort of like nightmare right now, because it's like, oh, you were comfortable here and let me show you. It's like they're going to switch this person's glasses and this person's going to see everything for what it really is, as opposed to how they were seeing it. I feel like they were looking at everything from a perspective. That's what I'm saying. It's like even the perspectives that they're looking at things through is wrong. So this person is like blinded very, very much, and they're not seeing anything clearly. So the divine's coming in, and I feel like that's what the gnome is. It's going to cause chaos in this person's life. Yes, it's going to make shit switch upside down, but that's the point, because this person is supposed to be allowing the flow of energy, right? They're supposed to be allowing the change, and they're supposed to be allowing the cup to be received, right? It's supposed to kind of be like this, but we have the reverse of that. So it's like, until this person can see, we're gonna kind of mess shit up for them. And it's kind of sad and it's a little bit unfortunate, but I think it's actually a really positive thing that the gnome is here upright, because it's like, we're gonna mess shit up, but we're gonna make it right. Do you know what I'm saying? We're gonna make this right, because this is not right, right? However this person is living, they're not living the right way. And it's hard for this person because, again, it's like no one tells this person straight up like, oh, you're doing something stupid. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, like that's dumb. You know what I mean? Or, oh, that's really stupid. It seems like they have a bunch of people by their side that are like, oh yeah, that's great. Like, and it honestly just seems like nobody really cares about this person, because it's like, if you saw somebody that you really cared about doing something dumb, you would be like, yo, you need to stop doing that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just say like you drink and then you drive, right? And all your friends are okay with that because you're like the designated driver. But at the end of the day, like there should be someone that's like, no, you shouldn't drive because you drank. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like the people around this person don't really care, and it's kind of sad. So that's why everything's going to fall. Like everything, it's kind of like a tower. Everything is going to be flipped upside down for this person, because whatever behavior they're doing, they're like stuck in it, and no one around them seems to be like telling them, hey, like, you know, you shouldn't be doing that. So it's kind of also led this person to believe that they're always right? Because there's no one around them telling them that they're wrong. And it's like subconsciously they know that they might not be right, but because everyone around them is like, oh, you're doing a great job, and oh, that's true and that's right, and like, do you know what I'm saying? And that's not the case. So I feel bad for this person, because I feel like there is a lot of people around them that don't have their best interests like at heart, and then they have like they don't want to transform. The cup is in reverse, so the gnome is coming in, the divine's coming in, and I really like that. And what's sad is like, yes, this person kind of put themselves into the situation, but I also feel like it's not even their fault, because the people around them are not helpful. The people around them don't have like their best interests at heart, and the people around them like could give a fuck. That's what I'm getting with this. It's like, if you really cared about someone, you'd want them to transform, you'd want them to change, you'd want them to grow. Even if they're not in your life anymore, you still want them to grow as a person and be on the right path. So if this person is doing the opposite of growing and is remaining very stagnant, it must be helping someone out, but not anyone attached to this emperor, you know. And maybe this emperor, I don't know why I said emperor, I guess this is maybe masculine energy, I don't know, maybe it's masculine, yeah, I'm not sure, but I just said emperor. But yeah, I think it's just really interesting, because it's like, you know, this person doesn't have the best people around them, and it's maybe they're very lonely, maybe there is no one around to tell them that they're kind of messing up, but I don't know. I mean, for everyone it's going to be different, but I feel like this side's energy, the gnome's energy, the gnome is coming in to break shit up and to make shit right. And again, there's divine orchestration. And it's interesting how the sparrow or the bird is by the masculine, right? So I think that it's really important time for the masculine to kind of see. They might be going through kind of a tower moment, and I think that's exactly what this person needs. Things need to be flipped the way that they should be. Things have to be spoken the way, like things have to change, right? This person is not allowing any change. They're not allowing the flow. They're not allowing the energy. And the Ace of Cups is in reverse. The feminine energy is in reverse, right? It could be the side of them, that feminine aspect of them is not, you know, is also like imbalanced again. But I feel like this gnome is coming in to really correct everything, and it's a hard energy for this person. So I feel like this person could be going through it, and again, this is the type of person that you won't know that anything's going on with them, you know what I mean? Like, they might not post on social media, they might not have social media, or if they have social media, everything seems to be going okay, but mentally, or you know, things are going to be changing for this person, because they're not going to let it go. That's what the gnome came out for. That's why I really like this. The gnome is out, and it's like things are not going to be let go, and they're not going to be left as is, and we're going to make sure that you have these transformations. And even if it takes you 10 years to realize it, well, you're going to have this transformation. So now we have the other side's energy, and I really love the cards on the side. I'm kind of sad that this card came out in reverse. It's my favorite card in the deck. Whoa. The fairy who was kissed by the pixies. Like, look how beautiful it is. But yeah, let's figure it out. So we have the sage out here with the 10, right? And the 10 signifies completion. So I really like this energy, because I like the energy that this person's in. Like, the sage is someone who's very proactive. The sage is someone who knows who knows a lot, not only from experience, but from learning from others, right? It's like they don't have to maybe experience. It's like, you know, when you have to learn everything the hard way, versus someone who kind of like watched someone else mess up and then learns from that other person. It kind of feels like this person is finally like, they don't have to go experience the hard time. They can like just kind of gauge the situation and be like, I'm not good, like, or oh, that's not for me, right? This person knows themselves, and they're like, you know what, that's not for me. This person has also allowed the changes to happen, right? They like allow the change of the seasons, right? That's what this is like reminding me of, the way that it's like gray and then it goes to like orange and then to yellow. It kind of reminds me of like the autumn and the fall and the winter. It's like this person has allowed for the change of seasons. They have allowed for the change in their life, right? They have allowed for the alchemy, basically, right? The change, which is as opposed to this person who's stopping it, this person is going with it. And do you see how like it kind of has aged this person, it feels, but at the same time it's aged them for the better. right? You know, when you speak to someone who's a little bit older, they're more experienced, they understand more, and things don't really conflict to this person as easily as they used to. So I feel like this person's headed like down a really good path because they have not only experienced a lot, but they're learning a lot, right? A lot from the past and just a lot from just like watching others. And they also know themselves well enough to know like what situations are meant for them and which ones are not. Now, I'm getting a lot of things with the fairy who was kissed by the pixies in reverse, right? This could also, I mean, this has to do with love given, love received, love in general, right? It's kind of like the cup, but the point of this card is to show like all the people around them, right? Like this person, it reminds me of someone who's like never really alone. And I think this is kind of, it can mean a lot of things. The first thing I'm getting is like, it could be viewed as like a blockage, right? In the same exact spot as this other person's block, right? It's like, do you see how kind of similar they look, right? Like you have the two wings and then we have like the light energy and they kind of look very similar. So it's interesting that the blockages are in the same exact spot. It's kind of reminding me of a Pisces reading I did where it was like both people had to learn some sort of lesson, right, in order to move forward. And it's interesting though that this person, I don't necessarily think that this person has to learn a lesson because they're already coming up with a 10, you know, they're already coming up with a sage. And I feel like that's someone who already has been through a lot and already knows their shit. So the reason I think this is in reverse is not because this side has to learn a lesson like this side. Not that this person's life is like they've already completed a they're already mastered what this person kind of needs to master, and that's like allowing the change to happen and not blocking the flow. So why I think this one is actually in reverse is because I think this is kind of significant of how this person has been alone, right? Do you see here there's like surrounded by so many pixies, and in reverse it's like this person is, I feel, alone. And I think this person has been kind of telling the fairy godmother, you know, like, when is it my turn? You know what I mean? Like, when is it my chance to have, you know, they just want to feel kind of like this, right? And even though I feel like they are never really alone, I think they also know that. Again, the sage knows everything. So this person knows that they're not like alone. They know that they have a lot of, you know, angels, guardians, friends, family, everyone's like technically around them, but I feel like they're alone in the sense of like love, right? Because the pixies are in reverse. And it's interesting because I feel like they keep asking the fairy godmother, you know, like, when is it my turn? When is it my turn? And I think for this person, I think it's important to understand something. And I think what they need to understand is that, one, there's a lot of divine orchestration going on here, right? And even here with the godmother, right? The fairy godmother, it reminds me again of the divine, right? Like someone is going to give you what you wish. Like you don't have to question that, right? And it's a 7, it's the number of the divine. So again, it's like confirmation that the divine is there. But what's really interesting is like the way that you want to go about it, right? Because we never know what they have planned for us. So I think for this person on the right, the godmother side, I think this godmother side has to realize that their wish fulfillment might not look exactly how they thought it would. And I think that's says a lot, because I think that even though this is a true love situation, it is kind of dependent on the time and the energy. And it could be that they're stalling this energy until like this person is ready. That is one like situation. Another situation is that this person has kind of gotten off your timeline and is not in the right energy, is not in the correct energy. So someone else will be like brought in, right? That is more in the energetic like vibe of this godmother. Do you know what I'm saying? So it really is dependent on what the divine and like what the godmother is gonna bring, and nobody really knows what that is, right? I think that obviously these two people, you know, maybe the godmother side wants this person, but do you really want to? They're not going to bring somebody who hasn't learned the lessons, hasn't transformed, right? And if they do, you're supposed to recognize that that's not for you. Like, this person hasn't transformed. So yes, I think this person is in the process of transforming. Yes, I think this person is in the process of realizing a lot of shit and getting a lot of clarity. But who knows how long this is going to take, you know what I mean? And I think that that's what this godmother side needs to realize. Like, yes, this is true love. And yes, this is a soulmate, right? And it says, yes, this love is once in a lifetime. I understand that. But I also think that the godmother is going to give you like what you desire, what you've been wishing for, what you've been asking for. And I feel like you've just been asking to not be alone, right? Like you already kind of learned all the lessons with the sage. So you're just kind of asking like, okay, like when's it my turn to not be alone? And then again, you're being specific about who you want, but I don't know if this person is necessarily going to be ready. Like you already seem ready with this 10 and this person doesn't seem ready yet. So maybe it's telling you that you have to wait. I think it actually just depends on you as well. Like maybe you will have to wait because this person has to do the work and this is the person for you, or maybe someone else is going to be brought. But either way, I think it is going to be true love and wish fulfillment. It's just, I don't know if it's necessarily going to be this person because I see like this person has to allow the change. The good news though is that I think that this person might be the person they bring back to you, only because it's like they've already flipped the script on this person. Like this is happening right now. This is like a right now energy. And you're being brought something now as well. So it's kind of dependent on how fast this person can learn this lesson on changing and accepting this cup. Do you know what I'm saying? And how quickly that is. And time is not even real, so I can't give you like a time frame, but I do see that you're already at the 10 and you're already ready for like this completion, this fulfillment to come into your life. And I see again a lot of divine orchestration, a lot of 7s, a lot of 2s, a lot of 3s. So yeah, I think that it's definitely possible it's this person if that's who you're waiting for. But again, it might take more time than someone else. And I wouldn't, let's just say they brought to you someone tomorrow and it wasn't this person. Would you be able to see like that's your person, right? That's kind of the question here. And with a sage here, I feel like you would, because you are the sage. You've already done all the work. So I don't think that it's a question of like, who is it? I think it's more of when, and that's what you're asking. And I think it's very, very soon. So let's pull. And if it is this person, which we were talking about, that you're connected to, I still think it's going to be soon, because this person, again, is starting to realize a lot of shit. So it's good on both fronts for everybody. Even though for this person, I don't think it's as good, but you know what? It's going to push them in the right direction. So let's see what this person needs, what this person needs, and what both of you guys need.
It was over, but I told you I'll do it all over again. Do it all over again. At your place over Springbreak, a heartache. I'll do it all over again. Do it all over again.
So what's really interesting, Libra, is that the gnome side has, I'm grateful for the spiritual lesson, right? And then they have the 4 of Cups. I feel like they're going to be made to make a decision very soon, right? They're going to be made because of this gnome, this kind of tower moment, this kind of like, chaos that's about to evolve into their life where everything that they saw wasn't as it seems anymore. They're going to be forced to make some sort of decision, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's making this person have to decide. It's making this person see things a different way, see things through a new lens. And I think it's a really good thing. It's like with this moment, I think comes the realization that you guys are meant to learn something, even though like it was a painful thing, maybe separating, even though maybe being in separation has been painful, even though the lessons are very tough. I think this person is beginning to understand that this connection is very spiritual. This connection is a true love situation. This connection is a spiritual, bond between one another. And the lesson that they're meant to learn, there's something like this person like held on to. That's what it feels like. It's like it's like through pain they held on to something and now they have to release it. And I think it's kind of going to drive them insane, to be honest, because it's going to be like once they wake up, or once they like are able to feel like this cup or release this blockage, whatever this blockage is, kind of feels like the heart is kind of stuck right now, or the heart is a little blocked. It's like once everything comes to the surface for this person, they're going to feel it and it's going to hurt. Like this gnome looks a little crazy to me. Like if you look at him in the eyes, like he looks a little like he's gotten like a little crazy. And it's interesting because we have this 8 and it's reminding me of this like the infinity, right, sign. And again, it's like they're gonna come to the realization that this is a lesson for them, right? It's like whatever that thing was that they didn't want to stop doing, whatever it is that they didn't want to see, they're gonna be forced to see it. And I think it's gonna kind of drive them crazy because it's again something that they subconsciously probably already knew. And yeah, it's a big lesson for this person, but I think it's, again, very positive because, again, they're going to learn something. They're going to do this change that they've been needing to do. So it's a really positive thing for this person, even though it's not going to feel great. It's not. And with the Chariot in reverse for the godmother's side, I think that you have actually kind of been stalling your own like emperor, to be honest, because I see 2 things. I see like you wanting this specific person. Like I kept trying to say like it could be somebody new, but then I kept saying, like hearing you be like, no, but I want this person. I only care about this person. Like what about this person? So I kept saying, oh, well, like I kept going back to the gnome, back to the gnome, back to the gnome. And that's kind of what I feel like you're doing, right? So I feel like you've kind of been stalling your energy a little bit because it's like you want someone very specific and this person is not ready. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like until they're ready, they're not going to be brought. So I feel like that's kind of what this Chariot in reverse has to say. It's like you kind of have been stalling it yourself in a sense because it's like you want someone in particular. And if you don't want this exact person, you want someone who is on this person's level, and that person is very hard to kind of find. Again, this is a true love situation. This is a spiritual relationship. So again, what you're asking for is, I'm not saying that it's a lot. I'm just saying that it is a very specific type of person who, again, only like the divine can really bring that into fruition, right? So that's kind of why I feel, again, that the Chariot is in reverse. It's like the specific person that you want. It takes a long time to kind of like make that type of person. And even if they're like, well, it's easier to just give her this person, give the godmother the gnome. That's still taking, that has to run its course, right? This person has to do that change. And it's interesting because with my life is not as together as it seems for the godmother's side, I think that's like, I think it's kind of something that this person, I really feel like this is the emperor on this side, on the gnome side. And I feel like the gnome is, I honestly feel like a little like temperament, a little, like, this person doesn't need me anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like if the feminine energy was like, I need to go with the changes, I need to go with like life, and right now this person is not on my energy, so I have to continue without them. It's like this person, instead of seeing it the way that they should have seen it, which was like, oh, this person is trying to do better, trying to move on because they, like, you know what I mean? Instead of understanding what was going on, they took it as like an offense, and they're like, oh, this person seems to have everything, like, their life is perfect, like they don't need me, that's why they went away. Like this person seems like a little bit immature, to be honest. And that's why I'm telling you that this is why the change hasn't happened yet. It's like people let them get away with this immaturity in their other, like in the life that they're living right now. It's like they throw a tantrum. It's like a kid. It's like they throw a tantrum and like nobody wants to deal with them, so they just kind of like allow them to throw the tantrum, or they allow them to pretend like, oh yeah, that person's right, but they're not. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like this is the only person that kind of called them out, and this was like the godmother was the only person that was like, forget this. Like until you learn to like deal with whatever it is you have to deal with, I'm gone. And I think this person kind of sees them as like, oh, they don't need me. Like that's, you know what I mean? Even here with the Chariot in reverse, it's like, oh, they don't need me, so why should I show up? Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like this person is just being very petty. That's what I'm kind of getting. It's like they have to learn that there's a spiritual lesson behind this. They have to learn like the bigger meaning behind everything. They have to see the reason. Like they're not looking behind the line, between the lines. They're not reading. They're acting like a child, to be honest. And I think that's why this Page of Coin came out. I think the advice for the two of you is that for this side's energy, the Sage, the Godmother, that they have to wait to receive this offer. They cannot expend any more energy because it's like this person's turn. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like you're already in the Sage energy. You already know the Godmother. You're already in the Sage's energy. You already know, like, you're already going with the flow of life and the change of seasons. And until this person is able to kind of offer you something, even though I feel like they will come in as a page and they will come in, again, not as a king, but as a page, I still think that this would be a very big deal for this person, because this person is they're still working through some shit. So I feel like they're not at that king level yet, but they are trying to be, and they're going to start off as a page. Maybe their gesture or their offer is going to be very small, but I think that that will be a really big deal for them, because I feel, again, that they have to, it's like this ego of theirs has to go. You know what I mean? Their ego cannot continue on, and I think that the Godmother side knows that. So if I was the Godmother side, just wait for the other, wait for the Emperor, wait for this side. I'm feeling strong this is the masculine side. The masculine side has to do the offer, right? The masculine side has to be the one to make the offer. The masculine side, it's their turn to put in the work. If you're the feminine energy and this is your side, it's not time for you to do the work. Like, keep doing your own work, your individual work, and yes, the Godmother is going to provide you with what your wish fulfillment. So, like, again, if it isn't this person, it might be someone else. Again, it could be anyone, but I feel like you're kind of holding off for a particular person, which could be to your own detriment. So again, don't hold on to an outcome tightly. You're supposed to just, you know, I don't think you are. I think, again, as a sage, you know your shit. You're not holding on to anything tightly, but I think it might be funny because you're expecting like an emperor, right? And I think you're going to get a page, because I think, again, maybe they are going to put these two people back together, but this person is not in emperor energy. This person is in page energy. And again, even though they might make a very small offer, I think that the gesture in itself is a very big deal for this person, because I feel like an immature energy on the side. I feel a stagnancy on the side. So I think even this small offer is a big deal for this person. You decide, feminine energy or the energy on the Godmother side, if that is like a big enough offer for you, or if that's a big enough gesture, or if that's something that you want to like continue with this person. But yeah, it just seems like you're not going to be really receiving an emperor. You're going to be receiving a page, right? And I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing, because I feel like with the page you can build up and you can grow into a king. So I don't think that that's a bad thing. And I also think with all the changes that this person is going to be going through, it would be impossible for them to start off as a king, right? So I think it's actually okay that this person is starting off as a page. I just think that the sage side, the Godmother side, this side has to, you know, kind of understand where this person is coming from and see like they still have a lot of work to do, and know that they're not meant to do the work for this person, right? So yeah, it seems like, yes, this is true love and there's a spiritual lesson for both of you, but yes, I still see like a little bit of this person having to do work, and maybe you will be put in each other's lives, but this person will still have to do the work. You know what I mean? Like, if they fast forward you guys, right, and like put you guys together right now, this person still has to do some work. Do you know what I'm saying? They're not at the level of the sage, right? And if this person does not come now, maybe they will come ready when they, like, you know, maybe they won't come now. Maybe they have a lot of work to do, and then later on they will come as the page. You guys will decide in your own life how this works out, but this is what I'm telling you. It's like, you're not meant to do this person's work. This person has to see it for themselves, and they're the ones that have to come up to you and make the offer. So yeah, Libra, I really love this reading. I hope it resonates, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.